everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Make It with Mod Podge. I'm Steve Piacenza. Cathie has some fun mug making in store for you today. She's going to show you how to marbleize a mug like this one using the Mod Podge Ultra. Fun stuff if you haven't used it. Also, she's going to show you how to use the Dishwasher Safe Mod Podge napkins and tissue paper to create a design right on top of a mug like this one here. These are going to be dishwasher safe, so you can put them right into the dishwasher, top rack, and wash these guys. So Cath, are you ready?
Welcome! Thanks for joining us today, guys. My name's Cathie and I'm going to be walking you through all those fun projects that Steve was telling you about. We're going to be using two different Mod Podge formulas. We're going to use the Mod Podge Ultra for our pouring marbleizing technique on this mug, and we're going to be using Dishwasher Safe Mod Podge to create our fun tissue paper and napkin mug designs. I'm gonna get started with our pouring method. And for the pouring method, I'm just using apple barrel paints. You could use full cart paints. I've got this kind of cute pastel rainbow theme going on here. And as you can see, I have filled these cups with just a little bit of paint in each one. You don't need too much paint because our mug surface isn't that big. So our mugs, I just have plain mugs, and I'm just touching the tops because I've already cleaned the bottoms. I just wiped them with some alcohol wipes just to get any surface oils or anything off of that, and that will help us to have everything stick properly. These will be dishwasher safe, all of these, top rack. They will need to cure for 28 days. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of our Mod Podge Ultra formula to each one of these paint cups. And you're only going to need a splash. When I say a splash, I literally mean just a little tiny splash. That's plenty. And this is going to create a pouring medium. So you could do this on canvas. We're doing it on these mugs, but you could do this on canvases, on paper mache letters, on whatever you want to marbleize. And everybody knows that marbleizing is so popular right now. It's like tie-dye and marbleizing, right? It's everywhere. So this is a really fun way to create that look on your coffee mug. I want to show you what it's going to look like. They're all going to turn out a little bit different, but as you can see, that's just a really fun way to marbleize all of that. So let's get us set up. I'm gonna wear gloves for this because it does get a little bit messy. And get those on. I'm going to use an old tray. This is like a lasagna pan. I use this for so many different projects. And I also have just a little recycled cup here that I'm gonna put in the center. And that will be for our mug to balance on once we have all of our paint poured onto it. So some of the excess paint will drip off into the bottom of this pan, and you will get a nice clean edge on that coffee mug. So grab some kind of little old thing that was headed to the recycling bin that you can balance your mug on. Get all set up. We're going to stir up our paint and ultra mixture. And like I said, it was just a dash, so we really didn't measure out. You really just need a little swoop of it. It's more about the way the consistency looks. So let's get that mixed. And you want it to be like, kind of like a melted milkshake. So not super soupy. There we go. Yep, looking like a melted milkshake to me. Okay, first color done. And I'll just go in and quickly mix up the rest of these colors. Now, this is the Mod Podge Ultra. That's the Ultras in the spray bottle. So if you're joining us now, we just use a little bit of our apple barrel paint, and I added just a dash of our Mod Podge Ultra into the paint, and we're creating it to be like a melted milkshake, basically. Go ahead and get all of that combined. You can do this with any color of paint that you want. I've even done this with metallics and it looks beautiful. We're doing this kind of pretty summer rainbow. Go ahead and get that one mixed up. I think we're looking good. And our last one is our pink. Okay. all of that mixed. Good and ready to go. Now this pouring, there is no science involved. It's just the art form, and however it turns out, it turns out. So I do want to get a little bit on my handle, and I want to get it just down here. We're not going to be putting it at the top area because that's where your mouth would go. So we're only going to be working on the lower portion of our mug. And we're going to work quickly. We're just going to start by pouring our first color down. Got a little clumpy in there. Let's get rid of that clumpy real quick. If you get a clumpy, just move it out of the way. And then let's add some blue on top of that. And you can already start to see it. Whoop! That's okay. Now we're just gonna add some hot pink on top of that. You really want quite a bit because we want all this to move around. And then we want some green. And we will start to get that to move around. Let's add some more to the back. This time we'll start with our light blue. And let's add some green, purple. You can already see it starting to marble up over here. Once you start to see it moving, you want to add a little bit more color on top. And you're just gonna start to let that wiggle around. Let's add more orange over here, a little bit, just like so. And let's add some more of that hot pink in there. And then you will just start to twist. If you get it here, like, oh, I don't want that orange part right there, a little bit too high up for what my design I want, you can just wipe it while it's wet. Ahead and wipe it. You can use a little alcohol to clean that up more if you want. And then let's get a little bit more on our handle. And you just keep moving that around. Keep moving that paint. And then I like to kind of go upside down for a while. You see all that paint moving. And then as soon as you're ready, you want to flip it again. So you just want to get it to kind of move around and get all that kind of marbling. See, I got a big chunk of green there. So let's add a little bit more pink over that. Get that to kind of move around. Sorry if I'm blocking the camera a little bit there. Get that to marble up. And just keep moving it until you're happy with the design. And then once you're happy with your design, just place it right on top of whatever that piece of recycling is, and you're gonna let that dry. And once it's dry, it's gonna take a good few hours for that to solidly dry. And once it's dry, you're going to top coat it with a little bit of the Dishwasher Safe Mod Podge. Now the Mod Podge Ultra is outdoor friendly. It is extremely strong and durable, but I like to give it that extra little coat of the Dishwasher Safe Mod Podge just to extra seal it in. So let's set this aside. How's our marbling look on the front? Let's see. Oh yeah, that's looking cute. Look how cute. And each one turns out totally different, which is what's so cool about it. Let me show you over here some of that cool marbling that's taking place there. So you really just, it's just however you pour it on, you just let it do its magic. Now let's set that aside, and while we're working, that will continue to marble. Let's get these out of the way. And now I want to show you the fun napkin technique for the heart mug. And that is this mug here. And look how sweet that is. And that's just done with just a regular old paper napkin. So let's do that next. We got 3 techniques today, and guys, please drop us a note. Let us know where you're watching from. We're gonna be answering questions live. So if you have any questions, just put them in the chat box, and Steve and I are gonna be there, and we will answer any of your questions. I know whenever we do Mod Podge Ultra, we always get a gazillion questions. Yes, Mod Podge is in a spray bottle, and you can do all sorts of projects with it. But one of the fun things that most people don't know is about doing this marbling, which is so cool. So I've got my clean mug again, and for the napkin decoupage, I'm using this cute floral napkin. And what's super important about this is that we're only going to be working with one ply of the napkin. And I joke that this is the hardest part of this project. So you wanna open up your napkin. Some napkins come 1 ply and some napkins come 2 ply. Or sorry, 3 ply or 2 ply. So this one is 3 ply. You got 1, 2, and 3, which is your printed ply. You wanna get rid of anything that's not the printed ply. So pull those away, and I save those because I use them for other stuff. Now this napkin already has this kind of heart shape built into it. Let's go ahead and cut that out. So I'm gonna fold it just like you would in grade school for cutting out a heart. And then we will go ahead and just cut that heart shape. Just go right around the napkin and cut out the heart shape. Just as simple as that. You could cut out an initial, you could cut out, you know, whatever shape you wanted to. If the napkin had flowers all over it, you could cut out all the individual flowers. We have done a ton of videos on napkin decoupage because it's one of our favorite things to do. So you can just go into the archives, type in any kind of napkin decoupage, and you will see tons of projects come up. So for this, we're gonna use the Dishwasher Safe Mod Podge, and that's in the blue label. It's kind of a turquoise label. And this is Top Rack Dishwasher Safe. Now the only bummer thing is that it does take 28 days to cure, and everybody's like, is that true? Can I speed it up? Can I put it in the oven? Can I use a hairdryer? No, it really needs to cure that 28 days. So if you're doing this as a gift or you're doing it for, you know, some sort of a shower or something like that, you wanna do this in advance. But it has such cool results. Now, the other thing about a mug is some people are left-handed and some people are right-handed. So depending upon the way you want it to go, make sure you put it that way or do both sides of the mug. So what we're gonna do is just go ahead and add our Dishwasher Safe Mod Podge to the front of the mug, just like so, in really nice even brush strokes. And you'll go ahead and put your heart right onto the mug. And I'm not putting much pressure at all, I'm barely touching it. You see how I'm working from the inside out? Inside working out to get those edges all done. Then we're just going to very gently go over it with the Mod Podge Dishwasher Safe. I'm going just around the outside edge there. I got a little bit of bleed from my napkin. Sometimes the colors will bleed a little bit. But I like to go in with that excess that we got rid of, that we took away, and I wipe around the whole thing while it's wet. And that'll give you a nice, clean, finished look. Let's get it right there. We got a little bit more. There we go. And then make sure you get your top of the heart there. Some napkins bleed and some don't. So, you know, if you find a cute one, just go for it and just know that you're gonna probably have to wipe around the edge, and that's so no big deal. Look how quickly that came together. Now, once this is dry, you're gonna let it dry for a couple of hours. You're gonna give it another top coat with the Dishwasher Safe, and then you're gonna let it dry another couple of hours and give it a third top coat with the Dishwasher Safe Mod Podge. Then you'll just wait 28 days and it will be dishwasher top rack safe. I mean, it's just kind of crazy that you think you can take a napkin and have it be in the dishwasher, but this formula will seal it that good. That's how cool it is. Now I've got one more dishwasher safe project I'm gonna show you, and that's this cute polka dot mug. And this mug was done with these adorable, just confetti tissue dots. You can get these at the party supply store. Many times they are with the balloons. Some people, it's balloon filler. So people put them in balloons, and then when the balloon pops, like maybe for a gender reveal or something, then the confetti goes flying out. Before we get started, I want to take a look and see how we're marbling up. Ooh, look. See how once you just let it drip for a while, you get such a cool pattern. It's still moving around, so we'll just let that keep dripping like that. Okay, so polka dots, guys. Polka dots are so fun. I'm gonna pull a little bit of this out because we're working with all these multicolors, and I don't want them to bleed into the bottle. So just pull a little bit out, and then I like to just kind of sprinkle. I was talking to a Facebook friend the other day, and we were talking about how the one step, she said like, oh my gosh, my mind is blown, because you can use your brush to pick up the tissue papers too. So let's just sprinkle those out. And then the same deal, you'll just go in and add some of the Dishwasher Safe Mod Podge to your mug. Then use your brush to pick up the tissue, position it, kind of roll it off, and there you go. You're not getting it all over your hands, you're not getting fingerprints. Let's just continue on. Have another one, place it down, and sort of roll it off. Let's add the green, roll it off, a little bit more Mod Podge. And there we go. Let's see, let's add some more. Another green over here. So we can just pick it up, roll it off, and top coat. And you would just continue doing that all the way around the mug until you have polka dots everywhere. And these polka dots come in every color. Black, gold, silver. So you can do like jazzy ones, you could do holiday ones, green and red, or you could go with more of a frozen-y snowflake with purples and blues and silver. These are really fun. You can fill them up with tea or hot cocos, and it's just a really cool, quick way to do a personalized mug that you can give as a gift. So there you go, guys. 3 fast mug makeovers using Mod Podge. Now let's just check in one more time with our marbling. Looking so cool, so cool. Now again, that's gonna dry, and once it's dry, it's going to be like this. It almost looks like it was dipped into something. And once it's dry, you will seal it. I'm gonna show you on this one that's finished. Just go in, right on top of that, go over it, and just seal that down. That's also going to give it a little bit of shine. And it looks like that was just baked on there. A little bit of shine with that, just like so. And I would like to do that like 3 times just to make sure that it's going to be really solid for the dishwasher. So guys, thanks so much for joining us today. I hope that you don't look at those plain mugs and think, what can I do with them after this video? Because now you know 3 fun techniques. So drop us a line, ask us any questions. Make sure you're tagging Mod Podge and Plaid Crafts so we can see what you're making. And we'll see you back here next Thursday for another video. And make sure you check out our weekend watch parties. Bye guys.